I'm John Phillips. I've been hunting today down here at White Oak Plantation in Tuskegee, Alabama. Had one of the finest hunts I've ever had in my life. I got into a place this morning where there was a big field out in front of me, a short field off to my left, and an even bigger field off to my right. And I was sitting there before daylight, and I began to hear some turkeys tree talking. That's when turkeys give a little light, soft yelps and purrs and clucks. And so I was inside, I came from outside and went inside the stand, the deer stand. It was elevated, and I got my ring zone slate call from Hunter Specialties out, and I started giving a little bit of tree calling back to the hens that were calling. It's real light stuff, nothing heavy, just real light, just to let them know that there was a turkey here and that I could hear them. I wanted them to hear me. Well, it wasn't long before the old hen started yelping, and she was giving some pretty harsh calls. She was good, like that. So I started imitating what she was doing. I called back to her, giving some pretty harsh calls. And she started yelping back to me. So we were going back and forth, just arguing with the hens. The turkeys, the gobblers wasn't gobbling yet. So I started talking to the hen, and she and I got into a scolding contest. And then I heard 3 turkeys gobble back to my left. I heard 1 turkey gobble off to my right, and then I heard a real big turkey back behind gobble. So I kept talking to the hen, she kept talking to me, back and forth, back and forth. Turkeys started gobbling, turkeys started coming. I'm watching the turkeys over here because this is where all the turkey action's going on. And then right over my shoulder, over my right shoulder, I heard zoom, zoom. I said, that's a turkey spitting and drumming. I turned and I looked. Sure enough, there he was. He was coming up the hill, spitting and drumming. Wasn't gobbling at all, just spitting and drumming. So he walked out there. He was about 75 yards from me, and I knew that was too far to take a shot. So I turned my call so that I would call behind myself. Just little light stuff. The turkey stopped, and he looked back, and I hit him again. Light stuff. And he turned back, and he started slowly coming to me. Well, when he started coming to me, I knew that my Thompson Center 20 gauge 3-inch Magnum would do the number on it. I've shot this gun. I've killed about 5 turkeys with just this gun. And so I knew that this gun would pattern out to 50 yards. So when the turkey got to within 40 yards, I took steady aim. I was shooting Winchester number 5's 3-inch 20 gauge, and shot the turkey. He dropped like a rock. He never quivered. Went over and picked him up and brought him on back. One of the finest mornings I've ever heard. After I got my turkey back in the stand, stayed in the stand, and there were 5 other gobblers within 50 yards of me. So I snuck out of my stand, back to the road where I met Joe Smith, who's our guide, and Joe Hudson, who's my son-in-law. And I said, y'all boys, be real quiet, and y'all slip back in there. So they slipped back in, and we heard 2 more turkeys gobble, but they were a little far off. So we came in, ate our dinner, and they're going back out to see if they can't take Joe a turkey. It's a great hunt, a super fine morning. I'm just glad I could be alive and be out there in those turkey woods.